Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, we're at a bit of a different spot, and that is so that I can use this mic right here, put the camera up there, and bring this video to all the new people to the channel, which is pretty much everyone. But I thought I'd go ahead and talk about my plans and goals for this channel, as well as a bit of like an about me, such as my experience, my knowledge, what it is that you guys would like to see from the videos or from the channel itself, and anything that I might have left over, some leftover thoughts that might not fit into any of those three topics. Alright, so the first thing I do want to talk about is pretty much my plans for the channel. Now, my main focus is going to be 3D printing, as you may have guessed. I do have a couple videos currently on the channel about like how to for things like Plex on an Ubuntu server, as well as like a modding thing for 7 Days to Die. But those are going to be a rare occurrence. Like I said, my main focus is 3D printing. So of course I'm going to do small little projects, such as I'm currently working on this new logo right here, which you will see in upcoming videos being replacing current things on the channel. I do really like this. I designed it myself in Fusion 360, and I plan to use that quite more when it comes to expanding on the channel, as well as I do have some thoughts and ideas where you guys could actually integrate with this logo, which I think would be kind of cool once the channel starts growing, as I hope it will. Now, besides doing little small prints, I do plan on doing much bigger projects, such as finishing models, big scale projects such as armor, cosplay, all that fun stuff. In fact, right now I am working on a sword. This is its hilt. It's a bit of a sneak preview of a video I'm actually working on right now as of recording this one. And so just hopefully I can do stuff like that, as well as just some other like maybe like interesting products, maybe some like mechanical stuff, as well as some educational stuff. But I do really want to focus on the fact that I want to do a lot more 3D printing, such as recording my time lapses, getting better at presenting these videos so that the videos are more pleasing and more entertaining to watch than what they currently are now, and just hopefully grow overall, which kind of leads me into my goals for this channel. So right now, one of my main reasons for doing the channel is pretty much, like I said, to be able to record and show my prints. But there's a lot of reasons for why I want to do that. One, because I'm actually really enjoying this. This is my first 3D printer I got. I've only had it for about a month now at this point of shooting this video, but it's like opening up Pandora's box. There's so many things that I want to do, so many things I want to print, but right now it's just I'm dealing with filament costs and doing with other things. So hopefully this channel can help cover some of that stuff, such as I want to be able to do really big projects, but again, I'm still learning all this stuff to where I want to have feedback from an audience. I want to have feedback from users just like you who are also 3D printing enthusiasts, to where hopefully I can do these things better so that I'm not wasting so much material, so that I can have a much better overall project and just be a lot more pleased with the outcoming finish. The next thing I want to talk about is the bit of like a about me, and pretty much just what my experience is, what my knowledge is, and kind of why I'm able to do some of the stuff I'm able to do. So one thing I guess you could say is I'm mechanically inclined, meaning that my dad was a mechanic for many years of his life until he had to retire due to physical reasons. And therefore, growing up, I always worked on cars. We never took our car anywhere. It was we worked on it, and same with my current cars right now. I own a 2nd gen Camaro and a 3rd gen Firebird, and both of those cars, especially the 3rd gen Firebird, didn't even have an engine in it when I got the car. It is currently running now, and that is because I had to get an engine, build it from scratch, and get it running. So it's kind of like how I'm able to do some of the stuff that I do when it comes to terms like engineering, just because I am really good at working with my hands, and I have a bit of a knowledge of how to overcome certain obstacles. Now, besides the mechanically inclined thing, I also do a lot of computer stuff. As you can see, I got all this technology stuff, and it's not because I like throwing money at technology, it's just because I am a technology enthusiast. Ignoring the fact that I got a $700 case right there, I am a technology enthusiast, meaning that I like to envelop in the really expensive technologies, which of course does come with a very expensive cost, but it's really entertaining for me. It's a really good way of just kind of getting through a day, learning stuff, and just pretty much how my mind works. With that being said, I do also have a lot of technology experience, such as I've done Cisco network administration. In fact, this is a 48 port power over Ethernet Cisco switch which when they first came out retail for over $800, and I think you can still kind of get these brand new for almost $1,000. I was able to pick this up because a business was throwing it out, so I was able to get it for around $70, which is really the best way to buy server grade hardware. But I do have a network administration background where I have done Cisco classes, I have done practicals, I've done all that stuff to where I had to go through and program networks and subnetworks on a interface level, as well as I do some server administration. As you might be able to tell from the fact that I did the Plex thing for Ubuntu, I like working with Linux. To me, my kind of idea is that Linux should be the only operating system in a server environment. No other operating system belongs like how Linux does. Everything should be Linux because it's fast, lightweight, enough plugging Linux. I have a lot of background with that too, as well as I do a bunch of server stuff for people such as streams, helping keep streams tools working, as well as pretty much hosting for other things such as game servers or media servers and whatnot. So I have a bit of a background when it comes to both network and server side hardware and software. Now, besides all that, because that's all pretty much just like little hobbyist stuff that I do, or as well as just things I just do to get through my daily life, is I do have a seasonal job, such as I work in agriculture. Pretty much I do field inspections as well as a bunch of other stuff when it comes to the season. So come May to October, I actually do have a full-time job, but go from November to March, I'm pretty much, I don't have a job, so I just do whatever I want to do over the winter, so I can work if I want to work. I don't have to if I want to do stuff like this, which is what I currently do now, because I do make enough money to last me over the year. A couple more things I want to add to the About Me section of this is the fact that I am a hobbyist. Almost when it comes with my enthusiast technology, I am a hobbyist where I kind of dabble in all sorts of stuff, such as, again, programming. I've done web design. I've done web background interfacing. I've done a bunch of other stuff when it comes to software, as well as I just do odd bits here and there. There's always times where I'm learning new things, even though I might not use it, like doing modeling stuff, doing random stuff. Pretty much if it's something that you can learn, I've kind of looked into it. Even when it comes down to different languages, I have kind of dabbled. So I am very much a hobbyist in the fact that I don't do a lot of stuff for money, but I am doing a lot of different things that do take up time, but I find them very enjoyable to do, as well as I feel like it's helping hone a greater knowledge when it's all said and done, where I have more of an idea of what's going on as a whole instead of really just focusing on one trade and then being kind of out of the loop when it comes to other experiences. That being said, one thing I do not have experience in is video, such as I have zero experience when it comes to shooting videos, such as doing lighting, doing audio, doing all this, which is why right now the videos may be lacking in the beginning, and I do very much apologize, but much like all the other stuff that I do, it's one of those things where hopefully the more I do it, the better at it that I can get. As well as when it comes to sitting over at the table there, something weird happens to where I'm not really as relaxed. I'm not sure if it's like kind of like an anxiety thing or what's going on, but it's like even sitting here, I can talk a lot more freely to the camera, or even if you used to get into like a web chat with me, I talk to people online all the time, and I share experiences all the time where I really don't feel like I have much of a trouble explaining a situation. Whereas I'm sitting there at the table, I'm kind of stuttering over my own words, I'm kind of like second guessing myself. Hopefully all that goes away, and hopefully they get better, as well as I can learn more skills to help bring better videos. So that is kind of like my one major thing about this that I do not understand, but hopefully I can get over that hurdle. The next thing I want to touch on is the what would you like to see from this channel. Now, like I said in the beginning of this, I do want to focus on 3D printing, but I am willing to deviate slightly from that, such as if you want to see more how-to videos, such as like how I did for the Plex or the modding for 7 Days to Die, even though I don't call that modding, it's just a configuration thing. But is there something else that you would like to see along with the 3D printing? I do want to try to keep it mostly 3D printing because that is what I enjoy doing, but I am willing to take any feedback that's beyond that. With that said though, what is it that you would want to see me focus on when it comes to 3D printing? Would you want me to focus on reviewing really cheap PLAs? In fact, I was just looking on Amazon at like a $12 PLA, where it's just like odds are it's probably really crappy, but I've not seen any reviews on it. So is it really that bad? So I thought about picking up a roll of that just because it is really cheap, and even if it doesn't print very well, you can do, some concept or maybe some like rough draft prints, so then you can use your better PLA in the future. Would you rather see me focus on doing a review of a printer such as my CR10? Would you want me to do a video about how it's lasted in the upcoming months? So like when I'm a year in, how long has that printer lasted me and what has been the troubles I've run into? Would you rather see me do more stuff like that? As well as, is there a whole different layout that you would prefer me to do? Like, do you prefer me doing this over sitting over there at the table? Now, with that being said, there are pros and cons to both of these. Like this one here, for some reason I feel much more relaxed, like I mentioned earlier. I don't know why, because I am sitting in front of the same camera. I'm literally just sitting in a different spot with a different microphone. Hell, maybe it's the microphone, I don't know. But do you prefer me doing stuff like this, to where I would just show off models like this and not have a table? Do you prefer the table where I can have everything laid out in front of me and kind of just hopefully show everything that I need to talk about when it comes time to present it? So it's really something that I'd be willing to take every bit of feedback from, just so that I can see what you guys want to see, more or less of what I just want to do. Because I do want to make these videos enjoyable. I do want to see this channel grow, and I am putting a lot of time, and in fact I've already put some money into this as kind of like a startup thing. So I really want to actually focus on what it is that you want to see, instead of just more of what I want to do with my own time. This final part of the video is going to be a bit random because it is my final thoughts, you could say, just things that don't really fit in with any of the other current categories, but I do encourage you to watch it just because it does give a bit of an insight of what's going on and why it is that you might see some things over others. So one of the biggest things that I want to touch on is the fact that you'll never see me stream, ever to Twitch, ever to YouTube, and that is because of my network limitations. Right now, currently where I sit, I have 15 down and 1.7 up on my best days. And that's just because I am in a massive agriculture location. And what happens when you're in a massive agriculture location? Well, usually your network development is way down. So much that this is the fastest I could ever expect to get in the near future. And I'm using a bonded DSL, yes, DSL network coming into my house. Now some people say that might not be too bad, but the fact that I do server administration stuff, try having a backup file that you try to upload to a server that might be 3 gigs big. It takes a long time. For fact, when I did the Ruby video, the Ruby video was only 9 minutes long at 1080p 60 FPS, and the video file itself was only about a gig. It still took me 2 hours to upload that video. And the issue with that being is that since my network is that low, my bandwidth is also just that low as well. So when I'm uploading a video, I can't do anything. I can't watch anything. I can't stream anything. I might as well not even have internet because it is fully saturated by the upload. And so when I do a video, I actually have to wait until I'm about to go to bed, upload over the night, and hopefully in the morning it actually uploaded. I've already had that video actually fail once on me, where I uploaded it, got the next morning, and for some reason it didn't upload properly. For some reason the YouTube panel was just as if I didn't have any video uploaded at all, and it wasn't there. So I don't know what happened, but that's one of the challenges I already faced from the beginning. With that being said, you'll never see me stream just because of that. I can't stream to Twitch and I can't stream to YouTube. I just don't have the bandwidth. And the only way I can fix that would be to move to a different location, which in the future, odds are I will move, just because my dependencies on fast internet are growing more and more each day. Like I said, with being a server administrator, doing network administration, both of those two things kind of rely on a very, very top-notch network infrastructure. And since I don't have it, my work as both a hobbyist as well as what I do for others as well as stuff for this suffers dramatically. In fact, that's one of the reasons why it got so hard for me to get started in this, is just because of my network limitations. I don't like the fact that I have to spend hours recording a video, doing hours of editing, to then hopefully get it uploaded that night or some other night and hope that it all works out okay. Right now it's just out of my hands. That's something I can't control unless, again, I move. Right now I'm not in a position to move. Like I said, hopefully in the future I will be able to, but right now I just can't, so I'm stuck with it. Another thing I want to go ahead and talk about is the fact that I do have a Twitter, and it is, twitter.com/asteampunkdevil, uppercase, or what you call camel casing in programming, a steampunk devil. Now, I haven't plugged it in really my videos, and the main reason for that is because I'm bad at doing videos still. But I do have a Twitter. I do have them linked below in all my videos to my Twitter, and I do encourage you to follow me on Twitter because I am actually putting screenshots of current projects up there, such as, like I said, with the sword. There's actually screenshots of this sword on my Twitter already laid out and being painted and sanded and all that. And it's just one of those things where you could get a bit of an insight of what I'm working on while you're waiting for the video to come out. And before I forget, I do have a Facebook, and I will link it below. I do have a Facebook, but don't really expect me to ever respond to it. The main reason I even have the Facebook is so that I can join the Facebook groups for things like the CR10 as well as some other 3D printing groups that are based around Facebook. You will see me every once in a while maybe ask a question, but really it's not my preferred social media platform. I just don't like how it handles things. I don't like some of the things that it does. It's just something that's really not my forte. Twitter right now is my most handled social media platform, as well as I do have other things that I do like, such as anyone that might use the Twitch desktop app. I'm on there on different servers. I actually hang out there quite a bit. Discord, I'm starting to use more and more. So as time goes on, I'll probably get more and more integrated with Discord. So I do hang out in different things, and I am open to chat. Like, I don't have a problem talking to someone in the chat room. I do it all the time. Especially things like streaming, because I do moderation for some streamers. And I'll hang out in their chat and just talk with random people all the time, just like how I'm talking to you now, except even more relaxed. So you get to see a bit more of just me behind the scenes. So if you want to see more stuff like that, I can set up stuff like that just so that we can hang out and have a location to pretty much stay at. Alright guys, so I think that pretty much wraps up this video. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight of what to expect, some things about me, and like I said, some of the reasons why you might see some things over the other. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully I can make better videos in the upcoming future and learn better skills when it comes to video production. Be sure to comment below if there's any questions you have or any comments that you just want to leave about things you want to see, things you want to see me do. As well as, like I said, please follow me on Twitter, just because if you do want to see that bit of an insight of what it is I'm currently working on, that will be the place to see it. So like I said, hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time.